Hi, this is Bob for Bob's Movie Reviews, and today I want to talk to you about a movie coming to theaters June 7th, 2013, called The Internship. This movie does star Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, and it also has John Goodman, and I noticed BJ Novak in the preview, but he doesn't have a name listed on IMDb, so I'm wondering he's probably not in it much, is what I'm thinking. But this movie is about two 40-year-old guys. Well, before I get too far into this, I know a lot of people, like, kind of, especially Vince Vaughn, they kind of, put Vince Vaughn down, because he's, like, basically the same character in every movie, and all his movies are the same. And Owen Wilson is walking that line. So, but I think they're both funny. I enjoy their movies, so, you don't have to enjoy them, but I personally do. Especially Vince Vaughn. Owen Wilson's pretty good, too. I think they're both good actors. Even if they do always play the same character, I'm entertained by those characters. So, take that as you will, but, so they're 40-year-old guys, and they just lost their job. I don't know what they're doing, selling watches, like... I don't really understand. They don't go too much into that, but their company closes or it goes online, and they're fired. So they're kind of looking for jobs, and it looks like maybe they find some. And Vince Vaughn gets them an internship at Google. Now they're like, I don't think they know anything about computers or any of that stuff, and I'm not sure how they even get the internship. But they're competing with all these young guys and girls who are, like, really smart and, know all that kind of stuff. And it's just kind of their crazy adventures along the way. So what I'd like to do is give you a reaction to the trailer. And that's it. I hope you enjoy. So let's get this thing running. Okay, so we start with two guys driving down the street in a convertible. I think it's a Chrysler. I'm not sure. And they're listening to Thrift Shop. And so then, again, they're trying to sell a watch, and the guy's like, hey, you guys are out of business. And so John Goodman's their boss, and he's like, oh, everything's on the internet. And they're like, people don't trust computers. Look at Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Terminator 4. And so then they start looking for work, and Owen Wilson's working somewhere. I'm not positive where. I think he's wearing a shirt that says As Seen on TV. Maybe he's working at a store called As Seen on TV. Then they're interviewing over webcam for their internship at Google. And again, I wouldn't think this would be an easy thing to get. But they somehow get it, and so they're going to California. And they're just kind of like interacting, playing ping pong, trying to do Rubik's Cubes. Vince Vaughn is writing on a whiteboard with a permanent marker. And now this kid's like, pound it. And they're like, no, you just put up your hand. It's like, come on, guys, just fist me. And for me, that's kind of funny because I know somebody who does that. So the joke works for me. And then this guy's like, you're interns? I thought you guys were like old people who are really important around here. And they're like, no, we're interns. And so then they're doing some sports thing. And Vince Vaughn starts talking about the movie Flashdance in this epic, inspirational style. And they're not falling for it, basically, because they think he's an old loser. And just more flashing of scenes. And the guy's asking him some questions, and he's like, oh, would you have a beer with the boss? And, of course, Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are the only ones that say yes. And he's like, I will not be having a beer with you. And, let's see. As a joke, all the kids send them to go find Professor Xavier, a guy in a wheelchair at a university, and they find this guy who kind of looks like Patrick Stewart, and he's like, oh yeah, we're all here, Rogue, Wolverine or whatever, and then he punches them in the face and the cock, and that's how it ends. To me, that sounds funny. I hope it sounds funny to you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.